Hello, everyone. We warmly welcome you all to our special program brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. I'm your host, Vatika Singh. Indian Achievers Award is an honor that celebrates the people who went extraordinary to effectuate their aspirations and ideas. In this series, we emphasize not only on the struggles and achievements of the people, but also on the social contributions they made to their native land, India. Before introducing you all to our one such achiever, let's take a look at the small baby.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows, and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Today we have with us Mr. Puneet Srivastav, who is an entrepreneur with 16 years of experience in the field of finance and accounts. He is a certified financial manager with excellent analytical skills, extraordinary communication leadership skills, strong attention to accuracy, and ability to work under pressure. His last assignment was with CNS Electric Limited as head of treasury and risk management before becoming an entrepreneur. He is also associated with World Bank Group and presented various technical papers on country risk management and other economic issues. He is a certified Six Sigma professional and has also completed ME in economics as his further studies. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, Vatika. Thank you. How about you?
I'm fine as well, sir. Okay, so before we begin with the questions, I'd like you to tell that what inspired you to pursue this particular field as your business.
Practically speaking, I was doing job for almost 16 years, 17 years before starting this. And during that time, I noticed that most of the companies who are into manufacturing, they are either importing products like what we are manufacturing fasteners right now. They are either importing it from China or Taiwan. There is a huge scope which is there, which can be brought into the manufacturing segment in India so that we can fill that gap. Majority of the product is imported. There is a quality issue what we are facing right now. The scalability of the industry is not was not there. The demand is very high, and to fill that gap, then I decided that this is the industry where we should be there and to cater that particular gap. So that is how we get into this particular business. And this is and the major reason. Secondly, what I'll say that India has become in last 10 years a software hub for the globe, whereas the hardware hub is still China or Taiwan. The philosophy what we are following in our business is practically making India the hardware hub of the world. This is what we are planning to do, and this is how we are heading towards it. This is a very small product which normally people don't think about, but almost everywhere you use this product. The application is huge. There is a vast scope where people can get into this thing. That was the primary seed of the business where we thought that we should be into it. So that's how we got into it.
Right, sir. So, since we know for a fact that starting anything has never been easy for anyone, so what all were the challenging predicaments that you had to go through initially when you started?
The major part I'll say, so it was challenges what we faced was stepped actually. It was not a single challenge what we faced. The first thing was practically what the product was finalized, but how to get into it was the first difficulty what we faced. So planning the product, planning the process was something which was difficult. Then second part was installing machineries, getting things into place. The run to run the production, you need finances, funds. This was something which was quite operational. But the major issue what we faced was the qualified manpower. We are actually in India are short of manpower who can work for the manufacturing. presently, even the engineering side, if you see, there are people who are getting into either IT, even after doing their engineering in the core streams, they are getting into IT. So you don't get people who are willing to work in the core side of the industry. Also, the skilled labor is a huge problem in a specific industry. There are people who can work on mother machines, but there are not qualified people which are available to work on a specific industry side. So there is a very segregated area which is there, and they are working on that particular frame. But if you are looking for a uh, workforce who can work for you on a longer term basis, it's not there. So the major problem what we faced was the manpower. Now we are doing tie-ups with some colleges, even ITIs or polytechnic colleges also, where we are developing their skills so that this industry can sustain well. So that's the major challenge what we face, and today also we are facing the same thing. This is how we grow. This is how the industry also grow. When you have a problem, you start looking for a solution, and then multiple solution comes in. So
Right.
we tried to talk to the government also. We tried working with some consultants also to grow the skills of people. The skill set availability was a major issue what we faced, and today we are in a stage where we are doing tie-ups with some colleges where we are creating this particular skill set with the people who can work in the fastener industry, and they know how to operate these machines. Today if you find people, they are not there, they are not willing to work on those particular grounds. So we are working on that particular front where we are bringing in people from colleges, and we are training them for all for working on this particular fastener industry.
Right, sir. So, moving ahead now, I'd like you to tell something more about the product and services that your organization offers to its customers.
Before starting our products and services, I'll tell you the background of the industry so that you can understand what we are doing in a proper way. So this industry in India is a very old industry and very prominent player in the industry, even though we are this particular industry is not recognized as an industry. It's considered to be a very small scale kind of thing. So most of the people who are manufacturing fasteners are either uh, they are non-branded, or they are specialized in a particular format of fasteners. Now, when we talk about fasteners, there is a huge variety which is there to manufacture. Every company has their own requirement, every consumer has their own requirement. So when we talk about fasteners, there is no specific set of product which is there. So there is a set standard against which the products are manufactured, but those standards are such that it is not helping the industry to grow to the next level. Today, fastener industry is a restrictive industry in terms of bringing in people who can manufacture quality products. So we are not able to compete with the countries like China or Taiwan who are producing fasteners for the world. So what we are doing here is that we are developing products in comparison to these countries, in comparison to the quality what they produce. We are bringing in machineries which are best in class. We are bringing in softwares for designing, we are bringing in software for simulation so that the product designing can be improved. Today we are, this industry in India is using all those I'll say old handed systems of producing or designing these particular product, these fasteners. So we are trying to change the face of the industry. Say for example, if I ask somebody that can you give me 4 or 5 brand names in this particular industry of fastener, that what brand you use, it becomes difficult for them to name at least 5 branded fasteners. Now this is what the fate of the industry what we have been seeing for long, that there is no brand which is there which can be said as a prominent industrial player in the market except 2 or 3. So what we decided that we'll create a different way of production, we'll create a different line of product which will be used by the industry and goes to the consumer directly. So now coming to your question that what products and services. So products anyhow is fasteners, but we are adding value to the fasteners. So the motto of bringing in our company, our Novatic Fasteners into picture is that we are trying to uplift the way fasteners are used, because for a layman, a fastener is a product which is used to join two things. What we are bringing in as a philosophy of fastener is that this is the product which gives identification to the end user. Today, if you somebody say, for example, you are making a product and there are counterfeits which are available in the market. Now, against those counterfeit products, the first thing how to identify is a visual impairment to that. So that the first thing is the visual part through which you can identify this product is original or a counterfeit. The most prominent part which can be used to identify the counterfeit or original is a fastener which has been used in making that product, and this is the philosophy we are bringing in the industry today. The fasteners which are used in the industry are generalized fasteners. We are making a design capability for them, for the consumer, so that they can identify their products on a visual basis. So it's a treat actually for the consumer to bring in their designability and to match with the industrial requirement. So today, this is the philosophy we are going ahead with. And our philosophy of working is kick the tire basis. So in kick the tire basis, it's like come and test it. People can come in, they can see their product, they can test their product with us, and then approve it. So it's an open arena we are giving the consumers also, where they can see their products making. They can give us guidelines. They can provide us basic inputs if they need any change in their design during the manufacturing process also. So it's an open process what we have defined for the consumer. Another thing what we have done that in our products, we have created 100% in-house development. So there is nothing which is called as outsource. So right from scratch to the end product, everything is in-house. We create that design, we create that product as per the requirement of the customer, and then bring it on the table. So everything is tailor made. There is no fixed design what we make. There is no standard product what we make. We are 100% tailor made product which is there, and for the consumer also, for the customer also, it is easy to get their products modified or reinvented, I'll say. So that's how our products and services are.
Right, sir. So, moving ahead, we all have certain plans for our future. So, what are your future plans with respect to the organization?
See, as a startup, everybody has plans for growing the organization. We have planned for us that we have to be an established brand in the industry, where we are known not by the just as a supplier. We want to be known as a brand which is there in the industry. So we want that people recognize us by our brand name, that yes, for fasteners, if for soap, if it is a Lux or a Dettol, then for fastener it has to be a Novatic fastener. So that's the basic criteria we are having in our mind to grow this organization for the future. We'll be adding up products, we'll be adding up different lines of product, multiple metals. So presently it's like SS or brass or MS fasteners, and as of now we are working on bringing in plastics also. We are bringing in different line of manufacturing also. I'll say plans are huge. We have a listing plan also in the coming time on the stock exchanges. So we are moving ahead in that direction in the coming time. Plan, if I say, it's just not a plan. It's a target what we are aiming for. that in the coming time you will see that Novatic Fastener is established as one of the premier brand in the fastener industry.
And we wish you all the luck for all your future endeavors, sir. Moving ahead, you must be knowing about the Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign prevailing in the country at the moment. So, what are your views on the campaign and how is your organization working towards it?
See, as if you talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, so it's a campaign which has been recently advertised in a way that it's new, but if you go back some 50, 60, 70 years rather, I'll say, so it is Be Indian, Buy Indian, which was coined by Mr. Mahatma Gandhi at that point in time. It's the same philosophy. So it's not new, I'll say, but yes, the way it has been portrayed as of now, it's creating a huge impact on the industry. For us also, it has been a this particular Atmanirbhar Bharat has played a very pivotal role in creating this Novatic Fastener as an organization. We have always been trying to make this particular product, as I earlier said, that we are competing with China and Taiwan, where almost 60% of the fasteners are getting imported as per the requirement. Now, that gap of 60%, if we are producing in India, that can turn around the industry. This is what Atmanirbhar Bharat will bring in. And today, industry is following this route. Today, if you see the growth on the industry post the pandemic, MSME segment has been given benefits by the government under the scheme, and the industry is welcoming this philosophy with open arms. People are now coming to the local producers, and they are getting their products developed in India, because they have seen that during this pandemic the thought process for the industry has also changed. Now the reliability is coming to the Indian manufacturers. They have seen that the quality can be produced. They have seen that the timelines can be matched within India. Then why to go abroad and ask for a product? Also, bringing in Atmanirbhar Bharat philosophy into the realistic world, it will give the boost to the economy. Today, when we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, there are 4 or 5 major things what we are talking about: productivity in the industry, industrial growth in terms of revenues, the cash flows will remain within the country, which will increase the spending power as well as the savings for the economy. There are huge opportunities for employment which has been created post this particular philosophy. When people are manufacturing in India, scalability of the product increases. Also, the quality has been improved tremendously. Today, if you search on Google also that Indian products, there is a search item which comes in whether Indian products have a quality to buy or not. It is strange actually. In India, there are companies who are manufacturing world class product, but they are not getting recognition because Indian consumers are not accepting those products. They are more there. So there is a thought process of getting so imported is the tagline what people look for in terms of identifying the quality of the product. Post this philosophy coming into play in the industry of Atmanirbhar Bharat, you can see the quality has tremendously improved. The quality of the product has gone to the level from, and you can compete with the European quality of those products. So this has come up only because people have started relying upon the Indian products, and the manufacturers are happy about it, and manufacturers have the capability of developing the products with the same quality what you are importing today. In next 5 years, if the support from the government side is there and the industry also recognizes Indian products as a consumable, I'm very sure that this philosophy can make the changes and it can make the world move ahead with the Indian products. Today, we are, if you see the balance of trade, we are importing engineering products today, and post pandemic, you can see that that number has drastically changed. Your Indian manufacturers are leading the show in terms of giving products within India. The imports have reduced in the engineering products drastically. Still, I'll not say that the reliability of imports has gone out, but yes, the dependability has, up to an extent, shifted to the Indian manufacturers, and that credit goes to this particular philosophy and the government today, that they have coined this Atmanirbhar Bharat and they are working on that front.
So, sir, first of all, congratulations on winning the Indian Achievers Award. I really want to know that what was the feeling when you came to know that you have won the award, and who all were the constant supporters in this journey of yours?
Oh, it was a amazing feeling actually. When you get something as an award, then you get to know that you have achieved something, because you have been once you keep on trying and trying hard on achievement, and when somebody gives you an award for your achievement, then only you get to know that you have achieved that part for which you have been thriving for. It's actually an amazing feeling getting awarded by in Indian Achievers Forum, that they have recognized our organization, that we have been there, and as a startup to get recognized, it's a big thing for us, and that too on the manufacturing side, where most of the people are not willing to get into. So it is actually, we are thankful that Indian Achiever Forum has recognized and given this award to us. As you asked that who are there as supporters, so yes, I'll say it's just not the product or the organization. It's blood and sweat of so many people which has been there, involved 24 hours, 24 into 7. They are working with us, like our the people who are working in this organization, and the families of all those people who have been associated with, so that their struggle can actually get succeeded, and achievement of this award gives that notion that yes, whatever they have sacrificed for in last 3 years, they have sacrificed their family life to grow this organization. They have given their blood and sweat to this organization, and brought this to a level where it can be recognized. So thanks to everybody for that.
Right, sir. So now, since we know a lot about your professional role, tell us something about your social contributions also.
Social contribution. So as an entrepreneur, I'll say the best contribution what we can give, that we have to change our thought process first of all. So uh, I learned this from my past organization, and I would like to quote Mr. R.N. Khanna, who was the chairman of C&S Electric Limited, where I worked for. And I would like to quote him on that front. And I learned this from them, that he used to say that we are not working for the number of people who are working with us. We are working for uh, those people uh, f- with whom we are working and their families. So if they are working with 10 people, so you have to talk about 40 people, because four people are associated with those 10 employees. So if your thought process is that as an entrepreneur, if you think that the or taking decisions in favor of your organization will help 10 people, then you are wrong. Your thought process should be that you have to work for a organization where 40 people gets associated and gets infected if you are taking a wrong decision. So that is the first thing you have to give to your society, that you start thinking on a collaborative way, that it's just not the employees, it's also the families associated with your employees. Number one. Number two, we have been working with so many institutions right now to develop the skill set. So that is another part we have to talk about in terms of the social giving what we are doing. We are trying to create people for the industry. to grow and to give the growth to the country. So stop thinking about oneself. You start thinking about your country. You start thinking about your nation, and that will bring the growth to everybody. If the nation grows, everybody grows. So this is something what we believe in, and this is what we work for also. So that's the best what we think today, uh, as an entrepreneur and as a human being, that you should always think in favor of your nation. That brings that will bring prosperities to everybody's life. If your country is not growing, nobody will grow. So that's what we also believe in. That's the social part what we believe in, and that's what the motto of our social service is, that we grow people to grow the nation.
Right, sir. So, before concluding this session, you know that IF is followed not only by mainstream organizations, but also those young minds who aspire to be like our achievers someday. So, what is that one message you'd like to give them?
I would like to tell all the youngsters who are coming out of colleges, or they are uh, either thinking of something, doing something out of job, or they're, so the first and foremost thing is stay connected, stay focused rather. I'll say today what I believe, that people are running towards west. They are willing to work on those grounds where they are willing to do jobs, or they are trying to work for somebody. Stay focused whatever you are doing. Stick to your plans, work for your future targets, work for your aims, and work for what you have planned for yourself. Don't get deviated from your core thinking, from your goals. And I'll say today we are in a state in the country where we are lacking entrepreneurs in terms of growth of the nation. Just don't do things what people have done before. Try to do something new, try to get into something which is not there today. If you see, most of the startups are happening either in the EV segment, or the solar segments, or the power the new generation power requirement capabilities. So try something new, work for it, stay focused, and keep the goal in mind, that you, whatever you have planned for yourself. This is what I'll say.
And that I must say, sir, is a great piece of advice. Thank you so much for joining with us today. It was pleasure talking to you, and we hope that you continue to inspire people of all ages forever. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Vatika. It was a pleasure for us to stay in touch with you. Thank you.